What's going on, guys, girls? Rob here, and I'll tell you, if you have been witnessing this game, you got to be the same way I am. Number one, the Colts have soundly outplayed the Bills the first half. They had the ball for 20 minutes of the first half. 20 minutes. They get the ball. Well, first off, let me tell you what the Bills have done wrong. When they've been back at their own end zone, they ran for 6 yards. 8 yards. Had a 2nd and 2, ran it straight up a gut. All right, you see that didn't work on 2nd and 2. 3rd and 2, you do not run it straight through the middle again. They did it. They were frustrating. Colts had momentum the whole half. Then they get the ball down, and what's up, Keith? They get the ball down at the 2-yard line. They do a little pitch and stop them at the 4. I told the wife, I said, they have got to take those 3 points. They got to take those 3 points. Indianapolis gave up momentum when they did that. Buffalo drove down the field and got the touchdown. Both quarterbacks are looking really good right now. Defensive line for the Colts, shaky. They've made a couple of big mistakes, offsides, and you can't do stuff like that. The Colts have outplayed them in the first half and losing. So that tells you right there. If the Bills play them up to par, they can't stick with this team. There's no way. At my mom's, I'm picking up packages. Brandon, closer than we thought. Oh, so Brandon is hoping the Indy wins. They're not going to beat this team. They're not going to beat this team. They outplayed them. They played their best half probably all year. The Colts did. 20 minutes they had the ball. An idiot offensive coordinator wouldn't go for a field goal. They should have kicked their field goal, made it 13-7, and kicked them back, but they didn't do that. They should have done it, took the 3 points. Right now, the worst it would be is 14-13. It's 14-10. Buffalo gets the ball starting the second half. This is not where the Colts want to be, is behind, having to try to catch up. Behind 4 or 5 points is not bad. But if the Bills drive this next time and get down and score and make it 21-10, Colts are in trouble. But the Bills, I don't know what they were trying to do. Their offensive coordinator was shackling up Allen's hands the first quarter. They wouldn't let him throw the football. I don't know what was up with that. Defensive backs for Indianapolis are looking fabulous. He almost caught that ball in the end zone, but it was a drop. But I tell you one thing, they are covering these guys like a blanket. They're throwing the ball on the boundaries. I don't know how they're getting their feet down, but they are getting their feet down. It's crazy stuff. It's nuts. We'll see how it turns out, but I think the Bills, if the Bills come out at all, let's say they come out and play 50% with the Colts, second half, Colts can't stick with them. But if they show up as flat as they did the first 10 minutes, 15 minutes of this game, they're not going to beat the Colts. Not even us diehard Colts fans thought we'd win it, but we're more optimistic than we thought we'd be. Yeah, the Colts need to run the ball. Oh, yes, they got to run the ball. You see, the thing of it is they have got to be willing to take, the one thing they said early on, Phillip Rivers said we can't take field goals. You got to be willing to take a field goal. Field goal means you didn't turn the ball over. Take your 3, kick it off. Their defense is playing pretty good. They're not playing bad. But, right now the Colts have got to be feeling good. 14-10, nobody thought they'd be playing. Like you say, Brandon, nobody thought they would be near this close. They've been running the ball on them all game long. They've run the game. Let's see. Let's see how many yards rushing they've got so far. It's got to be close to 100. Let's see, 51, 56, 55 yards. They've got only 55 yards rushing. Taylor's got 40 yards on 14 carries, only 2.9 yards. But don't forget, he has had, four third and shorts, and they've not let too many yards go by there. He's had a couple of 6-7 yard gains, so that's 14 for 40 is not telling. Taylor's had a good game. Taylor's had a really good game. Rivers has had a good game. Rivers has played well. He's outplayed Allen. He's outplayed Allen in the first half, no doubt about it. Allen ran the ball, which, he can't afford to keep running like that or they're going to pound him. But I think Rivers outplayed Allen the first half. I really do. And Buffalo gets 2 touchdowns out of it. 14-10 is the halftime score. Like I say, Buffalo gets the ball the second half. Will Indianapolis try a little funny stuff coming out to halftime? Will they try an onside kick? I don't think they will, but I'll tell you what better time? What better time would it be to come right out of halftime and squib one down and see if maybe you can recover it? We'll see. Bills have had a pretty good. They've had pretty good special teams anyway, and the Colts. We'll see what happens with that situation. Actually, the Buffalo's actually ran the ball better. They have run the ball for 61 yards the first half, and they have a grand total of 199 yards. Colts threw the ball for 167, but ran the ball for 55, so they got a grand total of 212. 212. Let's see. Leonard for the Colts has 5 tackles. And for the Bills, who's their leading tackler, it's Edmonds and White, both with 4 tackles each. Kickers, really not asked to do anything so far. One field goal for the Colts was 40 yards. I don't even think it was 40 yards, was it? Yeah, 30 yards, 30-yard field goal. We're watching Buffalo here, eating Buffalo Wild Wings in Indianapolis. All right, Brandon, have a good one, bud. Have a good one. Not ready to come back yet, are they? They're not ready to come back yet. So, what do you guys? Am I oversimplifying the baseball matter? I don't know. All it was something was released yesterday about an Angels ex-employee said he saw 2 or 3 of the guys pulling stuff out of their jerseys. Outside their jerseys. So I'm like this. I don't think it's a story myself. If you catch them doing it, you catch them doing it. If you don't catch them doing it, you don't catch them doing it. That's the only way. That's the only thing I say. So I don't see a big story there either, Keith. Shit. There's been a lot of people got by with that before, got by with putting stuff on the ball. So I don't see a story there. If they catch one of them doing it, or if the employee, if the employee can prove he saw, he's got photos of these guys putting stuff on their hands and stuff, that's totally different. But if all he or she is doing is coming out and just saying, well, I saw it happen, well, that's fine. I seen it rain one time too, but I got my ass wet if I didn't go inside. Let's be for real about it. You know, the league knows it happens, but it's not their job to stop it. It's the other team's job to stop it. If they do something that warrants them checking, then that's one thing. But it's really not the league's job to keep them from doing stuff like that. It's the other team's job to say, hey, that guy's doing something wrong. Oh, okay, now we'll go check. So he's not supposed to be the prison guard and the cop. He's just a cop. I mean, he doesn't have to make sure that they're doing things right by the rules. He has to just make sure when it's asked upon to see if they're doing stuff by the rules. You know, obviously, if he catches it, he has to say something. He can't let it go. But it's not his job to really sit out there and worry about them. Just have your own pitchers do this. Yeah. Or, and the thing is, you got to be slick. If you go put stuff in your pants, in jerseys, and wherever, socks, you got to be slick. You got to be slick about that shit. And you better not have a whole bunch of it on the ball look like a Crisco ball. You better not do that. It's not a good idea. So far, if I'm imagine what Sean would do out there. Right now, I'm going to say Colts have controlled 70% up to the 30% of the Bills, and it's a 14-10 game. Colts can't play much better than that, and they've got to be upset with their offensive coordinator. I would be. They should be within a point. We'll see what happens. I'm going to say the Bills put 3 more touchdowns on the board and a field goal. I'm going to say 38-20. Maybe 38-24. We'll see what the Colts can do. I just don't think the Colts are going to get that many more touchdowns. Maybe 38-27, but I like your Bills here. Are they ready to kick off, Dar?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Kickoff's about ready to happen. Guys, 14-10. I like the Bills here. Really, the Bills got outplayed and they're winning. They can't play that bad in the second half. I really don't think they will. I think they'll play better, and if they do, they won't lose. Charles Davis is bad. Well, I tell you, he's not that bad. He's better than Romo, dude. He's better than Romo. He's better than Romo. All right. We're going to go watch the second half. Y'all have a good one. We'll talk to you after the first game.